How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So today we've got a hardpoint breakdown over on Tuscan. Basically, we're going to be going through some of the best spots to use to capture that point, and also giving you some of the best rotations and routes you can take to ensure that you're winning those hardpoint games, taking advantage of these as well. Now, this was requested by a subscriber, so shout out to you for requesting the video. Basically, really appreciate any suggestions I get on the channel. So if there's a certain map or game type or tip you want to see me cover, then please do let me know in the comments below, as I read every single one and I appreciate them all a lot. So we'll get straight into it now, guys, and I hope you enjoy. So let's start it off with some of the spots inside of each hill on hardpoint for Tuscan, and then we'll get into some of the routes. So P1's going to be over here towards these ruins. Now, one of my favourite spots if you're pushing from this side is to lie down here and just hold this little cross here, because hopefully you'll have a teammate watching over you, and then obviously you can come up on this spot as well, get up top, watch this. You can come onto this lower angle here if you've got somebody watching your back here, and you can watch over their spawn. Nice little head glitch there. And obviously you can head glitch here as well. Get up top, watch around the side. And then, of course, all of these spots, since it's symmetrical, you can use them opposite way. So you can come up top here. I know these are pretty obvious ones, but it's just worth noting these are probably the best ones. Obviously head glitch. And then, of course, you can lie down here as well. So I quite like how this P1 is symmetrical, and it's just all about who gets here first and who can lock it down. And now some sort of out of zone spots, as I like to call them. Basically, if you're coming from this side, this back wall here is going to be your best bet. So you can angle around like this, and if somebody's up there, you know, you can use this as a heady, and of course you can mount on all these as well. And you can even come a little bit further back. Just be careful someone doesn't peek that, but you can sort of make your way around like so. And then, of course, if you're here and somebody's on the other side, you can even flank up this sort of mid alley here like so, and then obviously you can come around this side and do the same from this and angle your way around the trees like that. So P2 is down here by this statue. This is quite a hard one to hold sometimes, but some of the best spots if you're just playing time is to hide behind this box here, and you can watch that back alley push. Hopefully you'll have somebody watching over. And then even this corner here, if the enemies are pushing from that way, is quite a nice one because you can head glitch behind it. And then if you sit here, you can watch that church door if they're pushing from that way. And you can even play something like this where you can lie down and play that top window just in case somebody's pushing down over you as well. But basically, it's quite a hard spot to push as well sometimes. And you can even use that jump spot I showed you last time. Nice little sneaky one there. You can sit up top and cap it like so. And then some out of zone spots, you can play top radio. Obviously, you can watch over the alley, watch your top church. And if you play this top sort of balcony area, watch over that back alley. And obviously, you can play the back alley as well. You can play this truck, or you can play the steps, watching people's flanks, whilst your teammates are capping over on the point for you. So yeah, it's pretty hectic point this, but it's still defendable if you get in the right spots. So P3 is another pretty hectic one, but if you're on point, you can lie down here and watch this alley push. You can obviously lie in these close corners like this, but it is pretty mental, this spot, to be honest, to hold. It depends on where your teammates are as well. And just note, this is actually destructible, so you can get shot from if you're hiding behind it. But some out of zone spots, you can play this back wall heady, and if somebody's lying down capping the point, then you can sort of peek through there like so. Just watch that back area there as well. And then basically, if you can get here nice and early, you can hold this little head glitch down, and it's very, very hard to take somebody off this because they can watch every single angle the enemies can come from. So particularly if you watch that back roof area, you should be able to let your teammates capture whilst you sit back here and pretty much just defend them as well while they're on it. And then, yeah, so it's pretty hard, this one. Just watch out for those nades as well, because they will destroy you. Now, P4 is going to be the church. Once again, this can be a hard one to hold, but basically a nice little spot is sitting in this corner like this on the candles. If you play this just as you get in here, it could be an off angle because they don't always check it, and you can get a good sort of view of the whole sort of bottom church area. But once you kill somebody from here once, they're probably going to get you. And then pretty much the only other spot is really if you use this cover, you can use it to heady this back area, or you can heady the front as well. You can even hop on top and sort of get a little angle over that mid door there. And then also if you come to the back areas, you can hold this back door pretty nicely, but just be careful of your flanks. It's kind of hard in here because you can get flanked from so many different angles, But some nice out of zone spots would be up top. If you can hold down top church, any flanks here. Obviously, you can hold this back alley if people are pushing from there, and you can even just watch over the actual inside of the church. And then if you come towards the back, you know, you can sort of play this sort of angle, just defending it for your teammates whilst they cap. You can play that back tank, or you could play an annoying little spot like this, where you can watch this side door and watch your teammates' backs. So P5, now this can be a really good spot if you can hold it down. You can get a lot of time on here because you can defend it quite nicely. But inside the point, you want to be sort of playing behind these walls, or the table rather, sorry. You can play a tight corner as well, just watching the flank. Basically, it just depends on if you can get some good defense off your teammate. This corner here is not bad because you can watch the push from radio there on the outer point, but you will get spammed with nades in this spot, and just be warned that they will sort of be pushing you heavy. Now, a very nice little sneaky one is if you come up to this door, you can actually just cap it from here. Now, this can be a really sneaky one. It can confuse the enemies if, you know, they're trying to push in. You can just contest the time from here. Now, out of zone, you know, hold these stairs down below here. You can watch any pushes through the door and the window. You can obviously sit on the stairs as well and watch people pushing in like that through the destroyable wood. And then obviously this back window is going to be huge as well because you don't really have a spot on the opposite side. So if you can hold this, you can also hold this chimney to watch crosses from the fire, top roof. And then another nice little sneaky one is if you come up onto this, you can pretty much get a whole spot. And it's just worth noting, you can make this window jump as well. Hopefully I can make it first time and not look stupid. But basically if you jump like so, you can actually get through the window. For some reason I can't make that there, but you can if you make the jump better than I did. Get through that window and come on a nice flank. Now, let's go over some of the routes you can take for Hardpoint. So, let's go from each spawned P1 started off. Basically, if I'm coming from this side by the tank, I would like to flank through bottom mid. Chow this. You might get someone pushing here, but you can even watch if somebody's crossing through that alley. But hopefully nobody will come from there, and you can come like this, and you can get to their side. You can flank anybody, but just watch that point I showed you for before if someone's lying there. Or you can cancel out even going to the church, and we'll head back over. Instead of going into the church, you can come through this back way here and literally just go straight for time, slide across and play this low angle here and start capping points for your team, or just watch over the heady. Now, from the other side, personally, this is my preferred spawn if you come over here by this fountain area. So you're going to spawn over here by this flaming tank, and I'll sprint from here through this arch. I'll hit this, and I'll normally slide past this, so I'm in cover, and then slide and hit this low angle. And this is one of my favourite capping points on the map, to be honest, and probably in the game, because I tend to hold this one down pretty nicely if you can get a teammate set up as well watching over you. So P1 to P2, personally one of my favourite spots is going to be running through mid up onto this little lip here, and you can go down that way, or you can go up top here and jump down straight onto P2, watch anybody pushing, or keep going right around like this, and you can get down onto the point very nicely and get here first. Or if you want to make a really nice early rotation, if you come from P1, you want to head down across this way like this, and then if you come right around the back tank, you can get these back spawns pretty nicely ahead of the enemies, and then you can beat them to it and pretty much just play it very nicely. So P2 to P3, it's going to be huge to play this one early to get those spawns. So you want to come around this back roofway, head all the way around the back of fire. Now you should be able to beat the enemies to it, but if you can get right back here, you can even head through this room if you wanted to and play this back angle. You can watch anybody trying to flank early. You've just got to beat them early to the rotation pretty much, because that is going to be huge, and this can make or break games in my opinion, and it's pretty much the best route to use. Or you can cut through top fire as well. You expect a gunfight up in that point though. And then an alternate route from P2 to P3 would be crossing through mid. This can be a little bit riskier because you may catch enemies on the cross and they may beat you to it, but it can be worth just pre-stunning it, hitting that mid alleyway there, or coming around through this archway and pretty much just beating them to it, but expect them to be pushing from that way or even through that steps there. So a lot of the time, if you don't rotate early from P3 to P4, they will beat you to it. Now personally, my favourite way to beat them Hopefully nobody's watching top church, or if they are, you can take them out or even stun or nade it. But once again, we're going to be using this. You can come up top and pretty much take anybody out who's watching, check each of your corners, and then you can get down onto it. Or you can come up top like this, straight through this gap, and normally they will be coming from this way, so you could hold this angle a sec, maybe clear them out, and then you can come in the back like so. So P4 to P5, you want to be trying to get nice and early, just come through bottom mid. They shouldn't be watching this cross, and then you'll just be able to come up through this bottom alley here, through the door, and straight onto the point. Or another way, if you didn't want to come that direction, you can use this route that I'm using right now. But personally, I'd prefer to go from this bottom door, just get a nice sprint going straight up these stairs. It's a very fast route, and then just be expected to chow pretty much as soon as you come through that door. You can maybe hold the cross through this mid alley, because they'll probably be spawning on the other side if you're coming from this way, and you can maybe get a guy watching bottom here like that. Now, honestly, from P5 back to P1, honestly, your best bet is probably going to be pushing through top fire, nice and fast, and you can break through this wood like this, and then you can get to that top pillar position, hold it down, and there we go, we're on the point. Now, just sort of pre-stun it and maybe nade it as well, just in case. So you wanted to get them over the wall where you may expect enemies to be. So it should hit the back point pretty much. And just expect a gunfight as soon as you get here. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed or maybe learned something new. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video, as it really does help me out and help the channel out, as we've been seeing some mental growth lately. You know, we're nearly at 1,000 subs, so I just want to say thank you all so much. Appreciate each and every single one of you, and also thank you to the guys who suggested this video. I've had a few requests on the channel lately as well, so shout out to you guys. Really does help me out. I like knowing that someone's requested the content, if that makes sense, so then I know somebody definitely wants to see it. So please let me know any suggestions or content you'd like to see down below. We're going to be bringing it and hitting it hard this year, all year, so we'll expect a lot of content out of me. So thank you all for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.